took the everyday display, gave it a spark. Welcome to articulated comic book art.
That's crispy.
So yeah, like I told you, Brian's pieces are here in this little contest. So the judges are actually here right now judging everything. So hopefully we won't have to put none of them in a headlock and make them win. Fortunately, my man Brian didn't win, but better luck next year. He entered in some old pieces that he had done. It wasn't actually anything up to date. So next year he'll come more prepared and really put his A game forward. They gave away some real nice prizes too, some expensive sets. But next year. This is something that we do at Comic-Con every year. We sit at the bar and play with toys. Everybody gets to try out everybody's stuff that they didn't necessarily purchase. This little Gundam was $6, fully posable. Damn, it's just shitting on any like 3 3/4 inch figure. Every part moves. This is a really dope figure too. It's a Figma. This is Danny's. I don't even know what this is from. Let me see the face on that, Nando. But it's a really nice figure. Now getting home Sunday night, Sunday October 13th 2013. This was the last day of New York Comic Con. I did not really actually attend the Comic Con. I actually gave my pass to my man Dave so he could go in, run around, do some shopping, and just look around and do what he wanted to do. And then I got the pass back from him at the end of the day. I had to work, and I went in just to meet up with Emiya and Darius and Brian, because Emiya and Brian were leaving to go home today. So another big thanks to my man Emiya for setting the wheels in motion for us to get these press passes. And Emiya, Brian, Darius, they used their passes to the fullest potential this weekend and did interviews and stuff like that. And I will actually have some of that footage. I don't know if it'll be in this video, but I will be putting up the footage. It'll be on IWO. It'll be on the A.C.B.A. fan page. It'll be different places. So you could actually see that footage. And this weekend was just packed. I've just been doing so much stuff. I've actually been taking a few hours every day before the con and cleaning my cases. A lot of people have been asking me for updates on my collection, and I literally cleaned every case and cleaned all my figures and consolidated things. And so I guess I'll show a little bit of that in this episode and show some more as daylight comes. But again, back to today. So today I got to meet up with those guys at the Play Imaginative booth, and I got some bonus footage, I guess, that I'll show of that. We got to help those guys pack up all the displays and stuff for those Iron Man, those 42 armors of Iron Man that I showed, and that was pretty cool. So I guess I'll show some of that bonus footage. Like I said, I don't know if it'll be in this episode, but again, big thanks to my man Emiya. That'll set the wheels in motion for us doing press on all major events moving forward. So that's a huge thing for the movement for A.C.B.A. And then I want to just say thank you to all the people that I saw this weekend, man. I had a blast. I think the overall consensus is that New York Comic Con this year was pretty fucking whack. But as always, the main attraction for me is just meeting up with the fam and meeting up with people. And a couple of people actually recognized me as always and said, "Yo, Boog, what's up?" And you know, that was cool. But really, it was just about hanging out and just connecting with like people and having some beers and just chilling. I mean, we spent more time just chilling with each other and just having a good time than we actually did in the con, honestly. So everybody, man, I had a blast with everybody. Shartimus came out, kicked it with everybody from the East Coast. That was dope. I know he really wanted to do that. He was working most of the time, but he ended up missing his flight and got a chance to just stay another night and hang out, and that was good, man. He needed that, and everybody needed that. So that was dope. And man, I just had a blast, as I always do. It's always a great opportunity to just meet up with folks that you talk to all the time over the internet and actually get to see them face to face. I didn't get to see my man George. I know he met up with some cats today, but I'm talking long, man. Let me move on in this video. Here, packing up. Comic-Con 2013 is over. New York Comic-Con 2013 is over. At the Play Imaginext booth, got a chance to actually handle their Iron Man line War Machine figure. This is a die-cast figure. It's very heavy. If you are an 80s baby or 70s baby, you might remember a line called Bionic 6. They had some really heavy die-cast figures back in the day, and this is what that feels like. If you're a young kid, then you have no clue what I'm talking about, but it's a very heavy figure. You throw this at someone's head, not a good look. But overall, I really do like the way this figure looks, man. They're going to be releasing 42 armors, all 42 of the armors from the movie. That's dope. Really, really dope. If you take a look at the packaging, box, everything is super duper official. I mean, it looks really, really good. I was just told, Darius just told me that this actually went up for pre-order last night on AmiAmi. They're gonna run about $100 per figure. Is it worth $100? Looking at it right now, I would say that this is probably a $100 figure just for the fact that it's die-cast. I mean,
you want to show them the light up?
It's crazy. What does it light up?
Left shoulder, under the left.
I see. So I actually forgot about that feature, but there is a light up feature. Obviously this one has been out the whole weekend, so it's kind of
battery might be dead on it,
messing up, but whatever, you get the point. The eyes light up and the chest plate lights up right here. You get accessories. Obviously these are detachable. They'll tell your hand comes off, huh?
Yep.
I don't want to fuck around with it too much.
Yeah,
I can't afford this right now. But it's a really nice figure. I love it just for the weight of the figure, man. Honestly, it's really, really nice. Now, the only thing about that is that obviously you're going to have to use the stand that it comes with if you want to mess around with it. You're not going to be able to use any flimsy coat hanger stands or any of those other stands that you buy that's plastic. You're definitely going to have to use the stand that it comes with. But overall, $90, you could get this right now on AmiAmi. It's a dope figure. It's a really dope figure. I would say that if you have the money to spend on anything, definitely go for it. But again, we packing up. Maybe I'll get to handle a couple of more. I think actually the other ones that's out is not actually posable.
Resin, yeah.
So, yeah, they all resin.
Only Iron Patriot.
Only Iron Patriot. Maybe I'll show that one too. Mess around with the Iron Patriot too. This one is lighting up a little better. You can actually see it a little better. But I didn't say, I don't know if the other figure, if the War Machine has that, but this one actually has interchangeable battle damage parts. So that is really, really dope. You can see some little scuff marks and stuff right here in the front. But again, it's pretty much the same, just about the same mold, I guess, as the War Machine. Everything is moving, all the parts are moving. I didn't really go over the joints, but you got a ball joint up here, double jointed. I would say that the articulation is similar to the Figure Arts Iron Man and War Machine. Very, very similar to that. Or maybe almost identical in certain ways, but I see something a little different here where it's rotating at this ball joint. This is double jointed. You can see that. Now this reminds me of Square Enix a little bit with the way that looks. I don't really like the way that looks too much. And you could actually hear it. It's almost like ratcheted, that joint. But the casual collector is probably not going to be able to afford 10, 12, all 42 armors. I mean, that's $4,200 that you're going to be spending on a complete set. But, I mean, I can see you getting 4 or 5. It's the typical collector 4 or 5. This comes out, I hope, because that just came. But,
for real.
Yeah. 4 or 5 armors. I can see myself getting one, maybe. All of this stuff is not finished yet. I'm just showing a couple of things. Little transition here. Deadpool with Bob and Hitmonkey. Deadpool with X-Force. Deadpool like, yo, what's good? Could I join the X-Men? Astonishing X-Men there. Wolverine with Astonishing X-Men. Wolverine. Weapon X, Wolverine consoling, X-23 and Warpath there. I'm still kind of working on this, but again, I cleaned every single case. Some more stuff down here. It's nighttime right now, so I gotta find that She-Hulk head. Marvel Knights people here. Still pretty empty. Miss Marvel and the Brood, something I've been doing for many, many years. But again, this is still pretty empty. This I pretty much kept the same. Young Avengers there. Avengers Assemble Squad. Still working on putting everything back in. So a little fun fact about the last main course that went up. Those shots of the skyline of New York City were actually real shots that Darius took. I actually got him and his boy Rick some passes to go up to the Empire State Building, and it happened to be a really clear day, and Darius took some shots, and so I just threw them in the video, being that it was New York Comic Con, had some New York music going. Figured I'd throw those in there. So thanks to Darius though for taking those shots. The shots came out real nice. We got some more Sinister Six action here. Build a figure that I never see anybody ever use. Happy to have it, even though it's pretty much crappy, and the line that it came from, every figure in that line was horrible. But it's a nice little figure here to throw in with your Sinister Six, even though it's supposed to be a movie style version. The head still looks pretty comic accurate in a way, and you got Sandman in a different form rather than just his regular human form, so that's pretty cool. And I ended up getting this Build-A-Figure for cheap, complete. I didn't have to buy all of the individual horrible figures that came in this line, so I maybe only paid like 20 or 30 bucks or something like that, so I figured that was a decent price for this. Continuing on with Villains Month, snapping some flicks as I continue to rearrange my details and put stuff away and put stuff into the cases. One of Hasbro's best figures that they made right here, this Loki. I think this is the one that I had modded though. My man JD fixed it where he can actually sit. I have 2 or 3 of them. I actually got one that's supposed to that I was supposed to send to Vinny a mad long time ago. Vinny, if you're watching this, man, I still got it. I'm gonna send it to Solid, man. I didn't forget. But yeah, Loki's probably one of the best figures that Hasbro produced. Really nice, really good sculpt and look and size of him and everything. This was a really nice figure, so I just got him here with some wolves, just looking menacing, snapping some flicks. Now that Hasbro is moving toward more movie lines and then just sneak in some comic accurate characters into that line, I think they're actually doing a little bit more than half and half. They showed the Captain America line, and it was mostly comic accurate characters in the series. It actually looks pretty good. They got the AIM and the Hydra Soldiers going to be in that Cap wave and break it down into 2 waves like they've done the previous Iron Man waves. So a good opportunity to army build, and then the actual Build-A-Figure is pretty much an army builder too. But what I was saying is that now that they're moving into those type of lines, I don't know how we're going to complete a lot of other things. I would love to see the original Uncanny X-Force team that had these 2 and Warpath and Domino and Archangel and all of those people. I would love to see that cast of characters get completed in figure form, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. I mean, this is not even the right X-23. I'm just trying to play with the lighting and make it look like they in the same costumes here, but I don't know how or when we're going to complete a lot of different teams. I wish I actually would have had somebody here to record this with me, but when I post pics to the A.C.B.A fan page, I usually just take them and put them on my desktop. I'll let maybe like 10 or 15 pics pile up and try to post pics like once or twice a week or whatever. Sometimes it's even longer, but I know all y'all. I know you, man. I know everybody from their style, man. I got a pretty damn good memory, and I know people's styles, and I oftentimes when I get the pic here, I know exactly who posted everything. And this was just one of those times where I knew everybody's work and everybody's style, and I hit everyone right on the head. I think this is the first time I posted something from Justin Rick Cavazos, who I actually met for the first time. This is Darius's boy. I met him for the first time this past weekend at New York Comic Con. He came up from Texas. This was actually his first time in New York altogether. So big shout out to him. Shout out to Sed, Bacon, Marco, John, who always makes the fan page, James Cura. I know his style. So that was a package from Big Bad Toy Store. Got the White Ranger, which was a North American exclusive. This one did not come out in Japan. This was the exclusive here. I actually got a chance to mess around with this at the con. Like I had said before, I didn't plan on opening any of these until I got all of them. And Danny happened to have one loose in his bag, and I got an opportunity to mess around with it. Really liked the way they posed, but the way that the legs form at the pelvis on the White Ranger are different from the previous releases of the regular Red Ranger, the Armored Red Ranger, which I actually just got at New York Comic Con. I got 2 of those, regular red, the green. The legs seem to be a bit separated from the pelvis and don't really sit in there as well as the other ones, of course, on the North American ones. But other than that, I really do like the way the figure pose. I like the scale of it. I really do like these figures. So fuck you if you think if you don't like that I like Power Rangers. But this is what I did on this past week. I've been cleaning my detolfs and organizing my figures and getting ready to get rid of a bunch of stuff for like the past week. I actually took all of the figures out of my single detolf here and just put a bunch of stuff that's still in box or import stuff or whatever. I did actually get a Monster High doll. I actually got 2 of them, one for my daughter and one for Nika from the Marvel Walkies too. So I sent that to her. That's my daughter's there. And this is my single case and just some other stuff that's still in package here. So I did that. I'm losing daylight, but I've been trying to get all of my figures in here that I may only have one of, or I put the best one of that double or triple that I have into the case here, and those will stay. And I've been organizing it where all the figures that I have that's not on display are the ones that I will be using to like take pictures with and display with and stuff like that. I guess I'll show some of these displays a little closer, probably in the next episode, but I've literally been cleaning up for like the past week and getting ready to get rid of a bunch of stuff. So still need to complete this X-Force too. Only got the 4 members. Need a Boom Boom and a Pharaoh and a Shatterstar. I don't know if that's ever going to happen though. Updated this meeting here.